Hi everyone, I'm Sokwa. Welcome back to view my video. Today I'll be sharing with you what is Toastmasters and how it can benefit you and help you to achieve success in life. So for many people, if you have not heard of this term Toastmasters, you may thought it's something related to toasting bread, or perhaps it's somewhere where people can toast and drink all they can. So what is it all about? Let me share with you today. Toastmasters International is founded by this guy called Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in 22nd October 1924, almost a century ago. So where it has first started is in YMCA Santa Ana, California in United States. And this club has a mission to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment for the members, to develop their communication and also leadership skills, which in turn will help them to build their self-confidence and personal growth, to bring them to the career that they want, or even to be successful in their personal lives. So let me show you a few photos of Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, and this is some of the photos with his family. And on the bottom left, you can see this is where it all started, the first club. The unofficial meeting was first organized in 1905. But as I said just now, 1924 is where the first club was officially started. And the club still exists till today. And the second photo in the bottom is Helen Blanchard. Why I would like to mention about her? Because she is the first female member who joined the organization in 1970. So Toastmasters only officially started to admit female members in 1973. Almost after 50 years, it was established. Wow, that's a long gap. But nevertheless, today, this Helen Blanchard, in 1985, she was the first female international president. And since then, there are many female members joined this wonderful organization. And the last photo over here, a colored one, is the current world headquarters of Toastmasters International in Englewood, Colorado, where about 150 professionals are working here to help the members in different ways. There are many departments. All right. Next, let me show you some statistics about Toastmasters. Currently, we have about 1,600 paid clubs around the world. These numbers fluctuate from time to time, but it's around there. And in terms of members worldwide, we have more than 300 over 1,000 in 143 countries. So basically, it's almost in every corner around the world. You can see that based on this pie chart, most of the clubs are in the America, because it's where it all started. And of course, most of the clubs are in English. There are other clubs as well, Japanese, Mandarin, or any other local language that the clubs wish to be chartered. So what's in it for me? So what if I join as a member? What can you gain? I will just briefly go through this because the benefits for everyone, it's different at different stages of life. Initially, for me personally, I joined to improve my English. English is not my mother tongue because I speak Mandarin at home. Yeah, so I decided to join the club because I want to polish my English for my career enhancement. So as I joined after a few years, I realized, oh, it actually offers more than that. I not only gain confidence in public speaking, presentation, but I also enhance my leadership skills. I know how to lead projects. I know how to plan and organize an event. Of course, at last now, I'm quite confident with my English, even though it's not perfect native English, but I think I'm confident enough to share my thoughts and express myself. So that is what I gained over the years. How does the education program in Toastmasters work? Normally, as a first-time guest, you attend a meeting. But of course, if you want to have a long-term, consistent learning, it's better to join as a member. So the first thing here I would like to highlight is an experiential learning, which means You learn by doing, by practicing. If you don't do it, it's very hard for you to reap the benefits. So based on the experience, you will get peer feedback. Whatever projects that you do, whatever speeches that you deliver, you will get evaluation and feedback from another Toastmasters. And normally these Toastmasters have gone through the process and he or she may be experienced enough to provide you feedback. So you can learn to apply those feedback for your future projects. So that is how we learn and grow. And of course, the next one is mentoring. You will be assigned a mentor in your program. And of course, we don't limit the number of mentors that you have. If you think there is a certain person that you want to learn from, feel free to connect with them. I think that is the power of networking in Toastmasters, where you can get a lot of mentors from different walks of life, and you can learn different skills from each and every one of them. Lastly, very important, this is a self-paced program. We understand that people who join Toastmasters are from different age group, different background, and the time that you have or the time that you can commit for this Toastmasters program to learn and develop yourself may vary as well. So there's no deadline or whatsoever in this program. It really depends on you because we learn how to set goals and achieve them. And I think this is also what I learned along the process to discover what I'm really capable of, and also to learn how to set goals, be committed and disciplined enough to reach those goals. And along the way, you will learn that, oh, I'm capable of doing this, doing that. And sometimes your mentors might push you for more difficult and challenging tasks. And so that is how we learned in Toastmasters. And in all Toastmasters meetings, I just want to highlight this is a regular meeting. Normally clubs, depending on which clubs, because just now I mentioned there are more than 16,800 clubs around the world, okay? So you need to start your journey by joining one of the clubs. So in each club meeting, which is normally they will meet twice a month, or some clubs they meet weekly. In the normal club meeting, they will have 3 main sessions. The first is called the impromptu speech session, or table topics in the Toastmasters term, where guests are invited to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a topic. Yeah, you won't know the topic beforehand because that so-called the table topics master, someone will give you that topic and need to speak for 2 minutes. So that is how we enhance our critical thinking skills. And the second session, or sometimes this prepared speeches session goes first, it depends on the club that you join. This second session is on the projects that the members will deliver based on certain speech objectives and requirements. You will learn different competencies based on the projects that you're doing. For example, I can give you one example, is this particular project wants you to learn how to research and present your speech. So they need to ensure that the speaker needs to ensure that he or she will prepare the speech by using valid sources or information from credible source. That is one of the skills that they need to learn to persuade the audience. Lastly, how do the speaker want to know whether they did great or what they can improve on? Is through project evaluations. They will be assigned evaluators for them. So that is where they can gain the feedback. Of course, feedback are personal. It depends on you whether you think it's really relevant or you really agree with that feedback. Take it or leave it. Okay, so feel free to ask questions if you have, wherever you have any doubts on your evaluations. This is a sample agenda from my home club, where you can see the starting usually will be chaired by the president of the club. Toastmaster of the day is, let me show you the pointer. Okay, so here president will chair the club meeting. And then Toastmaster of the day is like the MC for the particular meeting. And table topic session, where the impromptu speech session kicks in. This session is normally open for non-Toastmasters as well, especially visiting guests for the first time who want to test their speaking skills. Prepared speech sessions here are based on different projects done by different members. So you can see here the pathways, which I will share with you later. Different people have different pathways and they are working on different projects. You can see the project name is different. Yeah, L1 means level 1, L4 means level 4. Okay, and then we will always vote for the best speaker in table topics, in prepared speech sessions, and as well as in the evaluation session to recognize the more outstanding performers. That is also one thing that I really like. You are always being appreciated and recognized. Okay, so the evaluation session will be chaired by another person called the general evaluator. Okay, so you can see that here table topics are being evaluated. And here are the prepared speech evaluations. And lastly, there is also this thing called the technical evaluations, where our counter will count the R's, so's, repeated words of the speech, grammarian to monitor the English language or whatever language is in the club, language usage in the meeting, timer to keep track on the timing, because you can see here, each session has different allocated time. So it's very important to keep within the time. Yeah, it's part of the learning skill in organizing a meeting as well. So this is the regular flow. Different clubs generally have slightly different conduct. And of course, sometimes they don't have the table topic session. They only have the prepared speech sessions because maybe here, instead of 3, they have 5 speakers. Yeah. And of course, sometimes they'll have special sessions or workshops, which is really up to the club creativity to host different events for the members' benefit. All right, let me go to the next slide. Let me share with you about Toastmasters Pathways Learning Experience. This is a relatively new program introduced about 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which really suits the current situation, the environment, and applicable to workplace setting. Once you are a member, you are entitled to kickstart your journey by choosing one of these paths. And how do you want to choose? You can take an online assessment, or if you think that you are very clear that you want to work on certain path based on the name of the path, you can directly choose it without going through the assessment. So, for example, if you are relatively new to public speaking or presentation skills, you may want to start with this presentation mastery, where most of the projects are on speaking, presenting, and also dealing with different kinds of audience. So this is really on communication skills is the main thing. And when you go to your second path, so after you finish your first path or halfway while finishing your path, you want to start on a new path, you can also do so. Maybe, for example, you want to learn how to build teams. So this kind of path will require you to build teams, learn how to motivate them. There are resources on guiding you on how many team members is good for you, how you can set goals, milestones, and evaluate your team performance, how to do follow-up tasks, and so on. All the resources are provided in each of these path and learning projects. How does it work? You can see that in each path, okay, here 10 paths is the first round of introduction, but now there are 11. Okay, so you can see each path, there are different competencies. This is the big category of the competencies. If we want to go in the core competencies, we call it. If you want to go in more detail, there are about 300 unique competencies for each of these core competencies. So like I mentioned earlier, presentation mastery focuses more on public speaking as well as building your self-confidence. How you want to improve yourself is going level by level. You start by level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. For new members, it's not recommended for you to jump the level. So it's always good to follow level by level to acquire the competencies, because you can see level 1 here is to mastering your fundamentals. Example, how to craft the structure of a speech. And the second level here is learning your style, your communication style, your leadership style. There is certain questionnaires that you need to go through. And then level 3, increasing your knowledge. That is where you can have the chance to choose elective projects based on your current needs or what type of skills that you want to work on. For example, perhaps it's on storytelling, perhaps it's on building a positive mindset. So all these elective projects, about 10 of them, you can feel free to choose 2 out of 10 projects in this level 3. Level 4 is also similar. Building skills, how you want to really build skills. Sometimes it requires you to go through a certain period of time and work with different people. And then from there, you get evaluation and feedback from them, and you deliver your speech based on your experience. Level 5, demonstrating expertise, is also similar, where this is on a higher level, and some projects may require about 6 months of service as a leader in an organization. So it really depends on the pathways that you choose. Okay, I hope this can make you understand better on how it works. Like I said earlier, it's all a self-paced. It depends on how fast you want to complete these levels. And I would say personally, if you attend regular meetings and even go for other clubs meetings, you can finish one path, which is level 1 to level 5, in less than 1 year. Yeah, in less than 1 year. Because certain projects in level 4 and 5 requires you to build teams and run an event and so on. So those kind of events may take more time to materialize and prepare. Okay, so it's generally, if you are consistent enough, it's less than 1 year, you can finish a path. So what if you finish it? What you will get? We will provide you a ribbon of achievement. And for those who achieve level 5, you will get a medallion to recognize your effort. And of course, from Toastmasters International, they will also present you this digital certificate, which you can download from the base camp. The base camp is where you can access all your pathways materials. Yeah, how you want to do each project. You will have that manual of teaching you, example, how to craft a speech or how to write a speech on storytelling, okay, for example. And then you have those evaluation forms that you will provide to your evaluators to give you feedback. So all these resources are all in this platform called the Base Camp. So including this digital cert, after you finish each level, you will be able to download it, right? Okay, so what other things that you can expect from Toastmasters? For example, okay, you can have joint meetings with other clubs, depending on your club exco's arrangement. Educational workshops organized by the district. District is a higher level committee. And of course, there are conferences. Right now, it's all online. They may be district conferences and also international conferences. So what they have in these conferences is, depending on the topic, usually it's very inspirational. It's related to communication, what you call that, leadership, as well as whatever it is for self-development. There are many this kind of talks. Speech contest is where members have the chance to compete at this platform to learn from more proficient speakers. So it's not really about winning, but then it's to challenging on ourselves, like you as a member. After some time, you want to challenge yourself, see how far you can go in this contest. There are 4 different contests, and ultimately for this particular international speech contest, the winner will represent the district or the region in the World Championship of Public Speaking. You can Google this and see how they can speak in a short period of 7 minutes. What story do they tell? and what kind of message you can learn from them. So all these are available if you are joining us as a member. So are you really excited to find your voice and unleash your potential? You never know. Let me just introduce a bit about my home club, School of Hard Knocks Toastmasters Club. So this club, wow, the name may sound really, really tough. Okay, but I think we are a group of people who loves to have fun while learning. This club is about almost 16, 17 years old right now, and currently we are meeting online due to the pandemic. First and third Tuesdays, 8 to 10 p.m. GMT +8, which is Malaysia timing. So our club motto is a place where we learn and grow together. So all Toastmasters clubs are similar, like I mentioned just now. But what is really different about our club is that we have monthly workshops and also special learning session, and we provide a private Facebook group for continuous support. So we will share some inspirational quotes or whatever it is, members can interact in this particular group. Okay. And why this club is because not only it's a positive and supportive learning environment where we learn and grow together, we have members from different age group and different backgrounds. Some of us, we work in the corporates. Some of us, we have our own businesses. So you can listen to different kinds of stories and learn from each other by listening to our members' speeches. And nowadays, we are also trying to have more enhanced learning other than the Toastmasters program, in the sense that we provide additional feedback other than your speech evaluator. We also encourage other members to provide online feedback for the speakers. And like I said earlier, we have the private Facebook group for enhanced learning. Experience Toastmasters in the club to help you. Other opportunities is that because Toastmasters is a self-paced program and an experiential learning program, you will always have the chance to learn to lead a small project, meeting, or event. Okay, yeah, depending on the pathways that you're working. So sometimes we hope that not only you can finish your path levels, but also how you can learn to lead a project by using these resources. And right now, I understand that some people may think, hey, public speaking skills supposed to be trained in the public physically. But nowadays, due to the current circumstances, it's really hard to go back to physical in this near period of time. I would say, as the online meetings are so prevalent nowadays, it's very important for us to learn how to manage online meetings, you know, how to present your slides, how to navigate from slides to slides, how to use Zoom, how to coordinate between each other. Yeah, how you want to educate the other people to use that software as well. Okay, so the planning and preparation, all this you will learn if you are willing to do it. Online presentation skills, of course, is how to enhance your visual aids appearance, look professional online, how to present yourself in front of the camera, online speaking skills, how to learn to speak concisely and clearly within the duration that you have provided, engage with online audience. So all this you will learn when you are an active member in our club meeting. Now, the question is how to join. Well, it's as simple as visit a club. Of course, you are free to visit us, Hard Knocks Toastmasters Club. There are so many clubs worldwide, and nowadays we are all online, and it's really interesting to visit clubs in different countries. Fill out the membership form. It's a very simple form to fill up with your basic personal details, address, as well as your contact number and email, most importantly. And the membership dues for your information, new members, you will need to pay an extra 20 USDs. It's equivalent to about 100 ringgit. And the international dues, or we call it the monthly membership fees, is actually $7.50 per month, depending on which month you join. So we renew our membership dues every 6 months, okay, in September as well as in March. So if you join midway, it may not be 45. So you need to plus minus 750 times how many months? So 750 in dollars, in ringgit is about 35 ringgit or so. So that is the rate for School of Hard Knocks Toastmasters Club currently. And since it's all online, we do not charge any extra fees, such as venue fees or food and beverage fees, venue rental fees. So all those fees we don't have right now. Everyone can attend the meeting from the comfort of their home, as well as save a lot of costs, traveling costs and time costs. So yeah, that's about how to join. It's very simple. Feel free to visit any Toastmasters Club. And for the information, once you join a club, when you are a Toastmaster member, you are free to visit any other clubs. Yeah, priority will be given to you if you are the club member to deliver speeches, to play, meeting different role players. And of course, you are also welcome to go to other clubs to deliver your speeches and play roles. It really depends on the availability of the slots in that particular club. Yeah, just keep in touch with them. Like I said, it's a networking effort. So the art of communication is the language of leadership. Personally, I think that if you want to be a good leader, you need to learn how to communicate. And these skills is an ongoing learning process. For me personally, today you may learn these skills, and maybe in 5 years' time, this skill may not be relevant anymore, and you need to learn a new skill. Yeah, and depending on people that you deal with, it's also different. Example, dealing with the baby boomers or dealing with the Gen X or Gen Z, myself, I'm Gen Y. So different generations also have different thoughts. Yeah, so how you want to learn and master all these skills, it's really, really tough, but it's manageable when you have such a platform to provide you with all the opportunities that you need. Yeah, you just need to grab it. So for us, School of Hard Knocks Toastmasters Club, I will provide the contact details in the description below. Feel free to keep in touch with us, and we will send you the meeting links for you to join our regular meeting and experience and see how fun will it be. Okay, so if you would like to learn more about Toastmasters International, how it has impacted the world, you can always check out its official website. There are more information on how it all started in 1924, okay, the history of Toastmasters is a chronological timeline, the benefits, and you can even view Toastmasters magazine with all the useful tips about leadership and communication, very relevant to your work and personal life, especially during this time. So if you would like to learn more, feel free to visit that website. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any other doubts or questions, or if you'd like to visit my club, feel free to comment below and I will keep in touch with you. Thank you. Take care and stay safe, everyone.